I'm Gargi. Yes, I was born and raised in Kolkata. And for years, I have been working in Mumbai. And yes, after the post-poll violence, I have been talking for about the violence suffering people in Bengal. And we have formed a group here for Bengal.
Please be brief. We got only 10 minutes for you.
Okay. I'll keep it brief. Yes. So I will be talking on West Bengal because that is my birthplace and I'm very attached to it. And we have been raising our voices because of the sufferings of the people there. Now, let me tell you, the border there is very porous border, right? And the Rohingya issue is a very complex issue, I'll tell, because if you all of you know, in the beginning, Mr. Brigadier has told about a little about the history that the UN calls the Rohingyas the most persecuted minorities. So that is the point taken up by the people, right? So that issue is taken up. So it's a very complex issue. It's not a very simple issue that the government can just throw them out. It's a very complex issue. When it comes to West Bengal, as I say, of course, India shares 4,096 kilometers of border with Bangladesh. And there is no river or mountain. It's like a line drawn. So very porous. Now, how do these people come to West Bengal from Bangladesh? Because of course they are from Arakan and they were taken by Britishers. If many people know, they were originally from Bangladesh also, who were taken as migrant laborers by the British to the Arakan area of Myanmar. And they helped British in the World War II. Of course. So anyway, after the so how they come in, the BSF claims that they have contained the influx of the Rohingyas in West Bengal. But on ground, that's not the reality. I'll tell you, in West Bengal, there were cattle smugglers. And now they have become turned into human smugglers. And they smuggle these Rohingyas into West Bengal. And there are charges. Like charges means per people, I have heard smugglers saying 15 to 20,000 per person they cross over. And then they have competition among the smugglers. So suppose a family of 5, instead of lakh, they'll charge 80,000 and they bring here. Now in South Chabis Parganas, that is the southern side of West Bengal, I'll tell, there is one NGO called Desh Bachao by Ghazi Hussain. So in the name of this NGO, so they have given shelter on the land. So temporary shades are made. There are rows of tin houses made where Rohingya families are given shelter, and there are a lot of children. And like General said that yes, maybe all of them are not terrorists. Yes, we know in the Bangladesh plateau where they said that Kutupalong area, there are a lot of Pakistani ISI people came and trained them. So here they are the families staying. And this Ghazi Hussain himself claims that Mamata government claims that she will support them and give them assistance. Now, why? That he said like it was very enlightening to listen to Mr. Ankush Sharma. Of course, the West Bengal state has its reason to support them. See, if they are living, like they said, in a quarantine, in a refugee shelter, in a place we know they are okay, they are taken shelter, they are not a threat to us till then. But when do they become a threat? They become a threat when they are given the Aadhaar card and ration card and then they share the same benefits. And India is bursting at the seams with its population. So it is difficult. Yes, we believe in Vasudevaya Kutumbakam, but we cannot just keep on taking people like that. Even we can be sympathetic if they are persecuted, but we cannot take everybody like that. Now, when in West Bengal, recently Dilip Ghosh had alleged that there were lakhs of names of infiltrators, including Rohingyas, in the electoral list. Okay, in the electoral list. And he urged the election commission to even check it. So if lakhs of them are voters, of course, it helps the Mamata government. So naturally, it is very natural that the state government will connive to give them Aadhaar card, ration card, PAN card, and even voter ID card. And see, this is not a new story in West Bengal. I'll tell you a story decades back. Like one of her relative was posted at Bonga. He was a magistrate, district magistrate. It was the CPM era. During the CPM era also, truckloads of Bangladeshis used to be brought from the other side to cast their vote in West Bengal. So this is a practice which has been going on in West Bengal since ages. CPM used to do it. If you remember that Mamata had protested in parliament against the Bangladeshi infiltrators before, because she was not in power in West Bengal that time. But now since she is in power, now he is helping these people that whom have been given shelter in the Baruipur and South Chobbish Pargana area. So that becomes a threat. It is if they're just given shelter, and if people who talk about humanitarian ground, we all are very humanist. We see the children, that is not a threat. But it becomes a threat when they are given all the rights of the citizens. And when we come to the post-poll violence, let me tell, it is not yet like post-poll violence, terrible post-poll violence that West Bengal has witnessed this time. And it is mainly the TMC people attacking BJP people. The people are killed, people have fled, our women have been raped. Not only raped, there are villages in Burdwan, Pandaveshwar, where the TMC people go in the nights and at gunpoint in front of husbands, they are using their women, sexually abusing. This has been happening. But it is not that they're all Rohingyas or something, but yes, there are local goons, areas controlled by syndicate and local goons like Jahangir Khan's area. That is the area of actually the nephew of Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee. And Jahangir Khan, what he did in that area, whichever people got, BJP got more vote, those Hindu dominated areas, everybody's electricity has been cut. There are areas, he's a MLA, Shaukat Mullah, in his area, there was a BJP worker, Karyakarta, whose two-storied house was brought down by JCB machines. So these are the few examples. Then I think many of you might be known about Devdut Maji. She spoke about Pinky Vaze's case. That village in the border area is predominantly Muslim population. So in that village, when Pinky and her husband went away, they want to come back. That Muslim leader, Trinamool leader, Muslim one, he is saying that first send your wife. So these things are happening in West Bengal. But are all these people Muslims, Rohingyas? Not necessarily. They've been there for ages. So when it comes to the Rohingya, now that the Rohingyas have coming as they're asking for shelter, the people who are fighting for human rights, they're saying, so we have no problem if they're at least living in a shelter, they're living in those teen homes. But as long as they are not given the Aadhaar card, voter card, PAN card and all. But there the line that you never know when they'll be given, and then they'll be absorbed among the population. So there lies the threat, because already the West Bengal population, the demography is tilting. We have 30% Muslim population, and there are villages where it is 55-60% Muslim population, which you have seen in the election results. I think that was quite prevalent, like 2 crore 28 lakh votes went to BJP. It was all Hindu votes. So majority of Muslim votes went to the TMC. And there is even Mushirabad, there is a village which has been declared Sharia law. So it is a very, very alarming situation. And amidst this situation, we are being humanists also. Can we let this Rohingya thing to go on? No, it is really a question of our security. So, but yes, the central government has to play a very big role, and it is really unfortunate. We are shocked that central government is not taking that kind of a proactive step. Everybody must be knowing that the Supreme Court has issued a notice to the central government, because a petition was accepted for president's rule in West Bengal. The date was 30th July. Central government did not even send a council. So it is really sad. The people who went to West Bengal for so many times before the election for campaigning for vote, now they are not bothered about women getting raped and all. Now they are not bothered that lakh people have fled to Assam. So it is really painful for Bengalis like us. I am sitting thousands of kilometers away, but my heart really bleeds. So yes, so this Rohingya problem now, it is estimated, like Lieutenant General said, 40,000 people. Yesterday was reading, it is estimated 40,000 Rohingyas are there. So it can be much more, because there are people, if they are already given the Aadhaar card, voter card, PAN card, and seen especially in West Bengal, they look like us. Their looks are similar, they speak the same language, Bengali. So it is very difficult for you to even distinguish unless they're living in that separate Rohingya colony. How do you distinguish if they're already given a voter card? It is very difficult. And if you all know that even it was alleged that there are Rohingya MLAs in the West Bengal Assembly. There were stories going around that Ajit Doval went to West Bengal because there are MLAs who belong to the Rohingya community. But then nothing came out of that. See, we cannot expect anything from Mamata. Of course, she won't be doing. Now, how do I think our purpose to is create a pressure on the central government. If we can create a pressure on the central government to take action. No, we are not asking to be inhuman. The Supreme Court has already ruled in favor of the government that yes, they can deport the Rohingyas following due procedures, and we are not signatory of the 1951 Refugee Convention. So we can, and so I think the entire webinar and the purpose is to create an awareness, and I think create a pressure on the central government ki please take a call, please take action. West Bengal has seen already a lot of violence. West Bengal is seeing a lot of demographic change. So we don't want more. We don't want more threats to come up. We don't want anyone, but kindly deport. And when UN says that this Rohingyas are the most persecuted minorities, then UN and international community must tell the Myanmar government. I think because Myanmar, Arakan area, they have been there for centuries. So let the Myanmar government give Arakan state, now the Rakhine or Rakhine, the Lieutenant General said.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please like and subscribe.